Good morning, Giants fans, G Nation. I hope everyone's having a G'd up Tuesday. Last night, breaking news: Chris Pettit, head of college scouting, and Kyle O'Brien, I'm not too sure who he was, were officially fired and let go from their positions within the organization. Long time coming. This is the same guy, who mistakenly drafted Saquon Barkley number 2 overall. And yes, at that time, I thought it was a great draft pick. But, that has set us back a couple of years. Him also, selecting O'Shane Ximines, Clinton Sintham, Ramses Barden, bunch of other bums, Lorenzo Carter, Demontre Moore. He was a terrible evaluator and judge of talent. And the one more stain from the Gettleman era has been finally washed off. There's still probably a little bit left, but it was a long time coming, and I've been calling for this guy's head probably ever since Gettleman resigned. So I'm happy. But I was doing a little more digging around him and Joe Shane. And not sure if this is true or not. How the media is, a lot of misinformation, a lot of fake rumors out there. But I did want to address them and bring them forward to you guys and see what your take on it would be. So apparently the rumors are there is a rat, aka a snitch, informant within the Giants organization, and apparently, don't quote me on this, apparently that rat was Chris Pettit. Apparently he was very close with Pat Hanlon as well as Pat Leonard, who was also the loser that made that fake report of the Giants shopping Kadarius Toney. So apparently the rumor is there was a rat within the organization. Joe Shane wanted to find that informant and that snitch and bring it to a conclusion. So the rumor is Joe Shane told Chris Pettit that they were shopping Kadarius Toney just to see if it would get leaked, just to see if it would get out in the public. And what do you know? The only New York beat writer that heard about it was Pat Leonard from the New York Daily News, who is a scum and a cuck. If you don't know what a cuck is, Google it, and then you'll find out what that means. And that's what Pat Leonard is. So apparently Chris Pettit whispered down the lane, took the words from Joe Shane. He texted his buddy Pat Leonard from the Daily News and said, hey, it looks like we might be shopping around Kadarius Toney. Once Joe Shane apparently heard wind of that, that was the end of Chris Pettit's life. Not his life, but his life with the Giants. And he was let go yesterday. Now, a lot of people are asking in the comments why, if they were going to fire him, why did they wait until after the draft? That was my initial question. And then once I spoke to someone who works within the organization, the reason they did that, which a lot of new GMs do, they wait until after the draft, most likely because they don't want any of their secrets getting out, any of their leaks getting out, which, Chris Pettit rumored to be doing that as well. But most new GMs do that because if you think about it, new GMs do get hired a couple months before the draft process has started. Those scouts with the current team, they've been scouting guys all 12 months of the year. So they already have their homework done. They have their notes. So they don't want to, just get rid of them. And then, the scouts will leak information because, they're upset about being let go, being fired. So that's why Joe Shane fired him after the draft was completed. They didn't need him anymore. They weren't worried about him leaking out any info because the draft has come and gone. A lot of people were like, well, does that mean Chris Pettit had a hand in the questionable drafts from round 2 through 7? No. And I don't call them questionable drafts. I think Joe Shane knows exactly what he's doing. I think that Wan'Dale Robinson pick, yes, questionable at first, initial reaction. But the more tape I look at him and the more film I study on him, the more reasons it's been made clear on why we took him. He is a great player, gadget player, and he could be a huge mismatch for defenses coming up in this season and beyond. So no, I don't think Chris Pettit had any hand in this draft. He probably gave his input, and Joe Schoen, already knowing that he was going to be fired, probably just went through one ear and out the other, was not taking any of his ideas into consideration. Now, I'm not sure what this means for the rest of the scouts, because, Chris Pettit was the man in charge of hiring them. So we'll see what happens with the rest of the scouting department. Will Joe Schoen bring in his own men? Who knows? But all I know is the rumors were there was a rat within the organization, and apparently Chris Pettit was that guy. So Joe Schoen, Tony Soprano'd him like how they do in The Sopranos. Take him out to the deep sea of Hoboken, New Jersey. They let him down the ship to check out the mahogany, and one thing led to another, and now he's in a body bag underneath all the fishes. Clearly that's not what happened, but I'm glad it happened. Chris Pettit, terrible guy, terrible judge of talent, terrible evaluator. Countless missed drafts, missed picks. So I'm glad he's gone. And it just proves that Joe Schoen has a lot of pull within the organization, a lot of pull. A lot of people thought, John Mara is still running things behind the scenes. I wouldn't say that because, Tim McDonald, who I've always said is the next man up in the ownership. Once John Mara passes away, Tim McDonald will be the new owner of the Giants. And apparently, Tim McDonald was very, very close and even best friends with Chris Pettit. He was the reason why Chris Pettit was promoted from general scout to head of college scouting. So the fact that John Mara just said, "I'm sorry, Tim, my nephew, that you're going to take over the team one day. We're letting this guy go because I gave Joe Schoen full control." So I'm glad it's happened. Chris Pettit definitely deserved to go. Like I said, I was calling for his head years and months ago. So there you have it. Just wanted to share some insight on more rumors I've been hearing. Now, it's not true. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. Sounds like it could be true. Sounds like this is the type of thing this guy would do. But who knows? But yeah, if it is true, we got a rat out of this building, and I don't like mice. So anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, let's go G-Men!